Hey y'all, welcome back. A little bit change in setup. I'm using my karaoke mic. Uh, Come over if you want to do some karaoke. But yeah, I thought today we would just run through my past 9 days, right, on the tracker. If you don't know, I have a food template, which is just basic calorie tracking, protein, fiber. Protein for satiation, which means you're not going to be as hungry, right? And then, sorry, I'm flipping you off. Second one is fiber, so you can stay regular in the bathroom, because those are like the top two things, especially when you're changing your diet or any lifestyle change, right? And I'm not being advised by a doctor to do this stuff, but honestly, I don't think it takes a PhD or a MD to figure out that I have to eat less and do more, right? So we're gonna go back in time, and I have the screen, or not the screen, but the Excel open on the monitor behind my camera using my MacBook Air. Shout out Apple, please sponsor me. But yeah, so today, woke up today, picked up a milkshake order for these Members Mark, which is supposed to be like a Fairlife dupe, but they taste pretty good. They literally taste like melted ice cream, but 150 calories per bottle, and I get 30 grams of protein, which is pretty solid, right? Woke up early, reached out to some people, went to the gym with my friend Charlie, Kitty Cat Woods. I have a podcast with him, links down below, or it's in a playlist or one of my collaborations. But woke up, went to the gym. After the gym, went to a card show. Didn't really take any photos. It's always kind of weird going to card shows, especially for like TCG or any Pokemon related stuff, because there's definitely a type of person that collects Pokemon cards, and I'm not that person, right? I see a little piece of paper that's like, oh, it's this big, $800, So it was all right. We were looking for a signed Caleb Williams rookie card, which the apparently sports cards are not as popular as Pokemon. Shocker. But we did have a couple vendors that did have Pokemon cards, but or not Pokemon cards, but sports cards, but nothing we were really looking for. But picked up my order. Still outstanding one box because FedEx is unable to deliver things on time, unfortunately. After that, he had to entertain some guests, so we went for a quick lunch at Mel's Diner. I'll put the food as I'm talking about it. I'll put up photos throughout my meals since it's a little more, uh, I guess I don't know, a little more off the cuff, right? So you're gonna think, damn, I went crazy today, which I kind of did to be honest. But I'm trying to maintain a 500 calorie deficit from my BMR, right? So it's not calories with exercise; it's just calories to stay alive. And I feel like I've been losing weight. I don't know, like I took some photos in the gym here, which is like the most recent full body pic of me, but I'm still big, right? Like nothing's going to really change until I drop down like another 30, 40 pounds. But even though I've gone up and down in weight, my face is like thinned out a little bit overall, even though my weight has gained, right? But I am down this week. I'm about like 468, 469, which is like tracking about a pound a day, essentially. But again, at the end of the month, we'll do another in body scan, which will, you know, probably restrict the amount of calories I'm going to eat, but will show like I'm actually losing fat versus water volume. But even if not, we'll just keep pushing forward with whatever results we have. But I've been making an effort to go out and do more. I go down to the beach, I take a walk. I haven't gotten another taco. I don't want to hate on those people anymore, but yeah. So day 9, went got a chicken fried steak, clam chowder, because it was like a craving, to be honest. Like one of my friends got a side, and I was like, I should get a side, right? And then obviously a Coke Zero because we're trying to be skinny, and that's pretty much all my calories for today, right? Like I'm at a minus 500 or a 500 calorie deficit, so I'm pretty much done for the day. But I did have a protein shake, right? So I'm not hungry right now as of, not to share the magic. It's like 6:30 p.m. right now. So I'll probably figure out this video and then do some more work online and then go to bed, right? So moving to day 8. Sorry for the tangent. Um, Started cooking, right? I took a couple days of like eating out, and that was obviously not good for my waistline. So white toast, chicken tender, beef spray, pretty convenient, right? I just throw everything in the air fryer. I'm like an air fryer supremacist, made a smoothie, right? And I threw some corn in there because I've had a bag of corn in my freezer for like since I moved here, and I just figured this is the best way to use it and you like utilize it for the nutritional value, not necessarily the taste, right? Wild blueberries, organic mango, corn, banana, right? And then later for lunch, I just had some butterfly shrimp that I had in my freezer from before this weight loss thing. I have a box of it that I was saving for an event, and then the event never happened, so I'll eat through that later. But I'm just kind of eating through my freezer as we go along. And then obviously I post on my story on Instagram, Bill underscore first, my meals sometimes throughout the day. And for this one, I just made a big thing of ice. Right, I have a fancy blender, and I put like 300 grams of frozen mango chunks, some water, and it came out like a little sorbet. So it was definitely worth it for me. Okay, we're gonna try and pick up number 7. I had a can of country gravy again from before the weight loss whole thing, so I'm just trying to eat through my cabinets because I live in a pretty small place, right? So I'm trying to free up space to put in space for new stuff. But yeah, sourdough, chicken tender, country gravy. It's kind of like a ghetto chicken fried steak. I like chicken fried steak, right? I've always gone with my grandmother to like Spires if you're from Norwalk, or Mary Callender's, not the frozen place, but like an actual restaurant based on the frozen place. I had a peanut butter cookie. I bought some peanut butter cookies and I throw them in the freezer. And man, they're gas. Whole Foods peanut butter cookies are probably the most peanut forward cookie I've had, but it's like a naughty pleasure, like this is one of those things that gives me joy. And then if you follow me on Instagram again, I posted this pierogi, which is a Russian. It's like a bao kind of, but it's like a Chinese donut essentially with potatoes in it, right? And like Eurasia, Russia, China, they have a lot of crossover, but it was good. I walked into that place. I walk by it every time I go to the YMCA in the Richmond, and I never go. I always walk by. I'm like, oh, it's like a Russian place, it's for Russian people. But one of my friends misled me, so I was there a little early, and I decided to take a look, and it's pretty nice. It's like fully stocked. One of these days, I'll go through on like a vlog style, but I'm hesitant to record in public because I feel like people are so gun shy now about like being recorded. And like if I get the meta glasses, like walk around, I feel like that's very voyeuristic and not necessarily the point of my channel, right? So we're just trying to track me, one fat guy, through his life. And then after the gym, I went with my friend Charlie to Joe's Ice Cream, which is pretty good. It's on Geary. Highly recommend. They have like chili cheese fries and hamburgers and like hot food. I've never had that. I just do like the ice cream and stuff. Mint chocolate chip, but today I did mint Oreo because it was one of the ones on rotation. Day 6, I messed up, man. I mentioned rice has been a sticking point for me for most of my life, right? So I measured 1 cup of rice, made a whole pot of rice, ate the whole pot of rice, assuming the calories were for rice. But there's a difference between cooked rice and uncooked rice, which you should think that I would know that. But when I put it in my app, it gave me the calories for cooked rice already, not necessarily the serving of jasmine rice, which I had already made. So I have basically 700 calories of rice. And then on top of that, I got dim sum. And the thought process, and this is the only day I've gone over my BMR requested amount, but I only went over by like 200 calories more or less, but we also have the margin of error. But I got dim sum, beef shumai, or I went to Good Luck Dim Sum, which you'll see on like TikTok and Instagram recommended all the time. The pork shumai, good, right? It's like a 6, 7 out of 10. I feel like the food in the or in Southern California is better, right? More authentic doesn't really mean much. I'm more of like a flavor person than like cultural, solidarity. Pork shumai was good, but it's better than the ones in the area. So I'll say that. Good Luck Dim Sum is worth it if you're getting pork shumai. Beef shumai, I don't know. I saw it and I was like, maybe it's less calories, which it is, right? It's like 100 less calories, but it wasn't as good, right? The meat was it was very fine. Usually, like pork shumai has like chunks and you can feel like actual meat, like homogenized, but it didn't do it for me, right? The puff ball, which is like those little football shape, or they call them footballs, but they're like little glutinous rice pockets with like some gravy on the inside. dude, those are really calorie intensive. They were like 360 calories for 3 of them, which is a lot, right? As compared to, 150 per dumpling pretty much for a shumai. And then I got some egg rolls, which were more calories, but they're, I don't know. I feel like they were more worth the calorie spend, right? But highly recommend it. And that pretty much blew me out of the water because my daily BMR is 2600, right? My calorie, and this meal was 2588, basically. So I basically ate my whole day's worth of calories in one meal. Uh, and then of course I was hungry again later, which was a bad meal and calorie management on my part. So I ended up eating a banana cookie or a banana and a peanut butter cookie again, which wasn't the best idea. I could have definitely used my calories to eat a soup, but it was one of the days that was not my brightest, right? So I only went over by 188, but I'm not at a deficit, right? Day 5, no breakfast, but I met up with an old coworker and we went to Kura Sushi, which was surprisingly like okay. I walked into there like a dead man. I was like, it's over. My daily calories destroyed. Like it's fine. We're just gonna tank it. But all in all, it was kind of expensive. It was like $40 a head for 2 of us. And I ate 1,800 calories, which was like spider roll, caterpillar roll, charbroiled mackerel, umami beef, blah, 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 blah. It was worth it. I felt like the calorie spend per taste was worth it. And I'm a variety person. So like I really like the variety of the different rolls. And obviously, Kura, if you don't want to wait for the little thing, you can order it on the iPad and it'll come, same price, right? So it's not even worth sometimes to pull it off the train, but it is like the calling card, right? I had a Snapple, and then man, I drank my calories today, which was a failure, right? But like my favorite flavor is probably like mango, peanut butter, guava when they're in season, and then for like everything else, it's like crunchy or salty, right? I'm rarely a sweets person, but I saw this mango lemonade, and it looked so like it looked like a movie drink, Like I looked at the label and it looked kind of fake, but it said mango lemonade, and I was like, I have to try. I drank it. It tastes like perfume. So it was kind of disappointing, but like, I had to know. I owed it to myself to know, even though it did kind of like push me over the edge. But since I had already overeaten, or not, I felt like I already ate lunch. I only ate 1745 calories, so like 1,700 calories. So I was at 1,000 calorie today with a deficit. So even with the drink, I was down theoretically, right? Day 4, I had chicken noodle soup. I had some beef that was like rotting in my fridge. I threw everything in the air fryer, ate that. Applesauce. I have little applesauce packets. The sourdough. I ate all the sourdough. Sourdough is very caloric dense, which I did not know at the time. The 85 degrees toast is not that bad, right? You're using their website, right? Unless the website lying, I feel like it's that. I made myself a sandwich. I got rid of my peach preserves and swapped it for a healthier version, which healthier meaning no seed oils or corn products or whatever. Because I feel like if it's peach preserves, it should be primarily peach, right? And then day 3, I had my little oatmeal. I'm sure I've talked about this before. It was aight, right? And then had a roast beef sandwich and some applesauce. Day 2, I think this is where we left off last time. I had an ice cream, which honestly, like day 2 in my healthy eating, my body was rebelling against me, man. And I'm heavily lactose intolerant, so this was like my reset button. But then again, oatmeal and chicken noodle soup, and then I had chicken tenders and beef round, right? Just straight protein because I didn't want to use anything else in my fridge. I just really wanted to clear out the beef because it's tough seeing stuff rot. Because now that I'm eating normal portions, I'm not eating through the groceries that I would buy, right? Because one thing that I've learned in the 9 days I've been tracking is that I used to eat for a family of 4, and that's why I'm like a family of 4 in weight, right? And then day 1, of course, was the tacos, which is the previous video. And again, I'm sorry for the audio problems. I've been trying to figure it out. The last attempt was good, but when I mixed it, my volume on everything that I was recording on was maxed. So when I put it to normal volume, when I uploaded it, you're obviously not going to listen to it at max volume. So hopefully this video comes out a little nicer, right? And then on that topic, I think for this series, I just wanted to make sure that, I'm here for you guys, you're here for me, and we're working out through this whole thing together. And I'll try to keep it relatively simple because I considered posting daily, right? But I don't know if you guys want to hear me yap for 20 minutes every day or not, or do you even care about the meals? But yeah. So as far as going forward, I'll make videos sporadically, and then obviously I made a what's it called, a music video, which is just calling out my friend Charlie at some point. And yeah, I guess nothing really on my part. I'll post another video later and maybe some more insights later on. But as far as day 9 today, we're feeling good. We're feeling good and we're feeling confident. And I'll consider recording at the gym, but it's at the Y, and I feel like peer pressured not to. Right? They have signs everywhere saying please control your video stuff. But if you need more of me, let me know in the comments. I'll increase the posting limit. And yeah, and if you need even more, we have a podcast, so we're gonna do episodes sporadically, and the next one should be good. But yeah, everything in the bio. Follow me on Instagram. Feel free to reach out or leave a comment. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.